nervous, worried, apprehensive? I think you're either me or you just married my dad. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Joe, my dad's son, obviously. My dad's son.
Son's dad.
And for those of you who do, well, I just want to apologise. My full name is actually Joe. Would you like a drink? So for those of you who I'll speak to in the bar after this, I'd appreciate if you use my full name. Now, I'm going to say it anyway because I wasn't actually promised a microphone at this point, but I'm going to say it anyway. So now I did ask for a microphone, but I was told that one wasn't available. So if you can't hear me at the back, the silence from the the silence from the front should reassure you that you're not missing out on anything. I can use the mic now. No, seriously, I'd like to say a big thank you to the bride and groom. I think, as you'd agree, they've done an absolutely marvellous job today. I think the bridesmaids look fantastic. They're only eclipsed by Claire herself, who looks absolutely stunning. I'm sure you'd agree. Dad, you don't look so bad yourself, but I'm a little disappointed you copied my outfit. So, what can you say about a man that came from humble beginnings, is quickly rising to the top of his profession, based solely on determination, grit, and the willpower to push where others might fail? He's a man that gives 100% in everything that he does, someone who a lot of people look up to. Anyway, that's enough about me. I'm here to talk about my dad. Now, I would like to thank my dad for asking me to be best man. I'm honoured, I really am. Never in my lifetime did I think that I'd be given the opportunity to dress my dad up in a blonde female outfit and get him so drunk that he agrees to go out clubbing in it. Normally when he dresses up as a blonde girl, he stands looking in the mirror singing, "Don't finish me, Joe." You ain't read this yet. Singing it, me baby, one more time. So, the role of the best man has changed over the years. I've read somewhere that in ancient times, in far off places, it was the best man's job to help the groom kidnap the potential wife. We would arrive in the night and take her against the will, and the groom and the woman would spend the rest of their lives together, happily ever after. Nowadays, that would get you a VIP pass to see Rolf Harris. So having been relieved of kidnapping, all that really needs to be done is for me to say a few things about my dad. So when I think of the words that best describe my dad, I think of funny, clumsy, Pepsi Max. And one of the key ones for me is role model. Now, my dad is funny because of the terrible lies he comes out with. We'd sit around the dinner table and Claire would ask my dad, "What have you ate today? Are you still on track with your diet? Got the wedding coming around the corner?" To which his response would be, "I didn't get a chance to eat, I was too busy." Hey lads, you and I both know that lying to a woman is like teaching timetables to a maths teacher. They already know the answer. So it turns out my dad's credit card bill for the day was a £5.49 bill at McDonald's. So Dad, word of advice, pay by cash next time.
That's true.
So the word clumsy also sprung to mind. You see, my dad is the type of person that will buy you a Christmas toy as a child, and he'll allow you to play with them, and then the next day when you wake up, the toy will be in the bin. Now you may think my dad resembles the Grinch. However, he won't do this on purpose. Every morning he'd clean the house, top to bottom, and he just subconsciously throw stuff away and make the house cleaner.
And that's why my mum doesn't have a fascinator today.
Yeah. And still to this day, he cleans every morning, but rather than throw toys in the bin, he throws my brand new gel away, leaving me looking like Beaker from the Muppets when I go to white t-shirt every time, and without fail, that delicious spoonful of tomato soup that Claire freshly made would soon be dripping down his white t-shirt. And it wasn't a case of if, it was a case of when. And he then became accustomed to wearing darker dinner shirts to try and hide his baby-like eating technique. Yeah, I was going to say. So my dad used to say, when I played football, he'd be like, Joe, don't let the ball come to you, you go to the ball. So I was like, Dad, don't let the food come to you. You go to the food. And as you can see, my dad is actually listening to me tonight.
That's a first.
Yeah. We need to get a round of applause for that. That's alright. So another word that I mentioned, or should I say phrase, was Pepsi Max. When I was ill as a child, I used to go into my dad's room and cry because I felt sick or I felt ill, and I'd be upset and I'd go and sit by him. And rather than my dad giving me medicine or giving me any Calpol, he'd give me a few gulps of Pepsi Max and he'd rub my back until I burst. And for some reason this used to work. So whenever my girlfriend feels sick, I'm just like, Helen, come on, have a sip of Pepsi Max and let me rub your back. And then she'd burn. And then I'd tell her to move beds. So my dad is obsessed with Pepsi Max. Like, he'd take it to football training, to football matches, to work, with meals, he'd take it to bed, and he wouldn't drink anything else unless there was no Pepsi Max in the cupboard. And if there wasn't any Pepsi Max in the cupboard, he'd go out to the shops and get some. And Claire, he wouldn't just come back with Pepsi Max though, would he? He'd come back with literally Willy Wonka factory in a bag. You know, chocolate, sweets, everything. And this is the guy that's on a diet. Now, last but not least, and the most important one for me is role model. Ever since I've left school, I've always looked up to my dad and always aspired to be him. He works hard, he lives a good lifestyle, he doesn't take anything for granted. He didn't have a wealthy upbringing, and he had to work for every penny that he actually had. And now when my boss or anyone at work asks me, like, what is my motivation to succeed, what do I want to do to progress, what drives me on, and I just say 2 words, and my dad. Now I haven't got glittery cards, and it's definitely not as long as most of us, so I'm going to wrap up with a few things. So on behalf of the bride and groom, I'd like to thank everyone for sharing my dad's and Claire's special day. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure, not to mention relief, to invite you all to stand. It's about you can't stand. So I'd like you to raise your glasses, and in a toast to Barry and Claire, my dad and Claire, to do Mr. and Mrs. Westley, who we wish well for the future and hope they enjoy a long and happy marriage. Cheers. Cheers. I'll let you know. So now, thank you for your time tonight, and I'll hope to see you by the bar later, calling me by my full name.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Joe, the best man tonight.